Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel of crafting, crochet and knitting. My name is Nikki and welcome to my little yarniverse. So hello, welcome back if you're a returning viewer. I hope you're enjoying these videos. Today's is going to be a little bit of a short one, a bit of a quick video because everything has been so busy. I haven't really had a lot of chance to do too much knitting, although I have had some chance to go shopping. So oops. So yeah, I thought I'd show you what I've been buying, show you what progress I have on my knitting, and then just wrap up quickly, let you guys get on with the rest of your day. So where to start? Let's start with finished objects. So I did mention this in a previous video as something that I was using as a break project because I was doing a couple of big things at the time and I wanted something smaller, quicker, just to kind of take my mind off things for a bit. And what I made was another baby blanket. So ta-da! Yes, so this was made out of the Aldi So Crafty chunky, so like chunky baby soft yarn, and it's in this blue, yellow and purple variegated. And all I did for this is nothing special, it was really just meant to be a very quick project. All I did was do the pattern on the ball band, with some alterations. The pattern on the ball band was a knit pattern. So this is a knitted baby blanket, as some of you might be able to see. But it said to, I think, cast on 52 and then knit a few rows of garter and then transfer to a garter border, a stockinette middle and a garter border. And I found that even with a long tail cast on, for some reason, my blanket was going like wee, just completely growing at the sides. There was no consistency at all. That's what the garter border is meant to do, but the garter stitch itself was also going like this, and it was a long tail cast on. It's meant to be super stretchy and nothing I could do would like block it into place. So in the end I ripped that out and I cast on 60 stitches and then did a row, and then like in the second row decreased it down to 52, which was when it was starting to grow, and then just continued it. And even though you can't really tell on camera, it is a lot squarer, like a lot squarer. I can hold it up and it's like basically a square apart from the fact that it's draping. So yes, if you have a particularly tight cast on, even when you're using a loose cast on, maybe bear in mind. The other thing that I maybe could have done was maybe go up a needle size, although that would have been really difficult because I was already using my 8mm circular needles just so that I had the right cable length for this. Straight needles, it would have been possible, but I think I would have found it really difficult to fit everything on, and I wouldn't have known whether it had worked until I got it onto the circular needles and could stretch it out. So I'm kind of happy with just having cast on extra and then sneakily knit some together in that first couple of rows. So very simple. I kind of feel like I've been a little bit duped because I did this thinking that I would do the full pattern, which involved having a hood, and I think that the design is meant to be that a hood would go on a corner and then you'd wrap it around the baby like that, and then the hood would come over. But it looks like the pattern was for 3 balls and not 4, and the Aldi So Crafty ones come in a 4-pack, so I'd have been left with this random ball of chunky yarn that I would have had nothing to do with. So I did stop and I just left it as it is, and I must say that knitting this has made a much softer, drapier fabric than my crochet one in a different colour. That's quite a firm blanket. So it will still function perfectly fine, but I'm stuck because I now have 2 and a little bit of balls left. The little bit will not make the hood. So do I break into a third ball and make the hood and finish this project and then be left with some random scrap? Or should I make a second one of these that I can give to somebody, and then I'll have used the yarn, and in terms of my sort of trying to reduce my stash, that'll work? Because I've seen some people say, you know, why don't I do aragurumi with it? Like, I wouldn't say aragurumi, I'd call it like big plushies. And that would look great if it was a solid colour. I think that because it's variegated, I don't know what I would do. So I kind of don't feel like enthusiastic about that idea. So if you have any ideas on what I should do, please let me know in the comments. So I have 2 balls of the Aldi So Crafty Chunky Baby yarn and a little bit left over. This was made therefore with just under 2 balls of the yarn, and it's a good size for a baby blanket. So yeah, let me know, should I make a second baby blanket? Should I make the hood? Should I make something completely different? Let me know. So that's that one. Now, the exciting one is the jumper progress. So this is the Aran, Aldi So Crafty Aran yarn in petrol blue. And would I call it a petrol blue? What constitutes a petrol blue? It's kind of, it's got a fair bit of green in it. In terms of like its undertone, so it doesn't, for example, this is navy and this is very sort of like dark blue with sort of the undertone being more of a black colour, whereas this is more of a green. Doesn't look like you can see it on camera, so you'll just have to take my word for that. But as you can see, despite not having very much time to do this project, I do have a fair amount of it done. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to put this on backwards so that I can have the needles at the front and keep an eye on them. I'll be back in just 1 second. So yes, it is in place. I've got a safety cable sort of threaded in here, and it goes up the arm so that if something went wrong I can get it back to the yoke. There is just a little bit of texture here, a welted leaf texture, but it is puckering the fabric a bit, so it's not really very visible. I do like the poofy sleeves, so I put the pattern in a previous video's description. I'll put it in this one as well, as long as I remember. But I'm not really following the pattern. It's a colourwork pattern, so obviously it's not colourwork here. I'm just following the size measurements, and I've had to do so many adjustments. So the neckline is the pink size, mostly though because I'm using slightly different gauge. So this is pink, then I get down into purple about here, and then down into blue by about here. But when it came to the actual like casting on of the sleeves, I have bigger arms than, you know, the typical female form, whatever that is. So when it tells you to put stitches on for the arms and stitches on for the body is way too big in the blue and the arms are way too small. So I have obviously therefore taken stitches from the body and put them onto the sleeves. I might have put too many on. I did the maths, I tried to work it out, but this is very poofy. The body is actually a pretty good fit. I'm kind of enjoying the body. So either it's because I've got too many stitches in the yoke that it's a bit poofy, or maybe it will flatten out when I actually add the sleeves, or maybe I just like roll with it and I do a design where I actually deliberately decrease down as I get into the arm and I have these poofy sleeves. So yeah, kind of liking it. And if I just stand up, you can see that we're nearly there. So I measured it earlier using my stitch marker, and worked out I probably needed about another inch or 2 from the stitch marker, and I think that's about where we're at, and then I'll do the rib. So yes, madness. So all of this is only to work out what sort of gauge I have and what sort of size I have, so that I can make an actual colourwork project, but a colourwork project that I've designed. I don't think I'm there yet. So yeah, I don't think I'm there yet. I'm just going to pause the video again, and I'm going to take this jumper off because I'm really worried about losing my stitches with just like my needles being held like that. So I'll be right back. Phew, sorted. Okay, so my next little section is just a few little acquisitions. So we've done our finished project, our work in progress, but I have some sewing acquisitions. Now I haven't made these into anything yet because I haven't had time, but I've got a few things, and some of them are proper fabric and some of them are I'm having a go at a project. It might not be great, but I'm not paying a fortune on fabric if it could go wrong. So with that in mind, I actually bought this. So this is a simple king-size bed sheet. I don't even think it's 100% cotton. No, there's some polyester in here. But it's a really nice burgundy colour. You can't really tell on the camera. I clearly did not set my lighting up right, but it's a really nice burgundy colour. I really, really like this colour, and I haven't had an outfit in this colour that has fit me in so long. So, as a first pass with making a garment, I'm going to make the laundry day tee with this and wear a vest top underneath it. And the only reason I'm doing that is just to try it, to get an idea of the right size for me, the right fit for me, something that I can lounge around the house in, like I say, with a vest top underneath it. And then when I'm happy that I'm comfortable with doing something on that scale, I will get some nicer fabric. So that's plan number one. And then, rattling around my clips, of course I've buried this at the bottom of my bag. I went back to Hobbycraft and I bought a full metre squared of this beautiful space fabric because it's so pretty. Oh, the lighting just went and did funky things there. It's so beautiful. I really, really, really love it, and I have an idea in mind. I would like to make a project bag, and the project bag I'm going to be basing this off, I think, was something called like the Hemline project bag or something. It's also sold by Hobbycraft, and they had it in a very nice crafty fabric, but I would really like a spacey version to go with the spacey pouch that I intend to make, because I got this fabric originally in a fat quarter. So I've bought a couple of zips and I've bought the fabric. I've got some plain fabric in there that I can use as a lining, and that is my plan. So I'm currently designing it because I can't do it exactly like the bag in the store because there's some quilted bits in there that I just don't need. So I'm trying to work out how to build that pattern up, how to do the sewing, how to get the seams neat. It's going okay. I think I'm nearly there. So once I get that sorted, I'll also show that to you guys as well. So, considering I thought it was going to be a short one, I've ended up showing you quite a lot of stuff today. I hope that you are all well, as always. Yeah, if you are making anything at the moment, then do let me know in the comments. Are you a crafter in the sense of sort of maybe more paper craft or card craft? Are you a yarn crafter? Are you a knitter, a crocheter, or a sewer? Let me know what content you're enjoying most on this channel. So yeah, drop me a comment. And yeah, hopefully things will calm down in the weeks ahead. I'm not holding out much hope. But yeah, gonna get to recording some more videos for you in the weeks ahead. Hopefully not as hodgepodge as this one. So yeah, have a good week everyone, and see you soon. Bye.